Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Cardano and its native token ADA, the run of a champion. If you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Now, we've shown this chart before where we have all these different cryptocurrencies that we've been tracking since March, since the bottom, and trying to identify, which ones are the racehorses. And Cardano is simply a racehorse. This is one of my top coins. I really think Cardano is going to do quite well this market cycle. Obviously, things are getting really heated right now, but if you look, we were already, as of yesterday, we were already at the top of the pack. And since then, ADA has continued to go up. As you know, the ROI as measured from yesterday was 25 cents. That was the price we were using. Now it's like 31 cents. So it's continuing to do quite well. So ADA is definitely doing exactly what we want it to do. Currently at 31 cents. We've been following it since it was less than 2 cents. Hopefully we can follow it all the way up to $1 and beyond. So if you guys like the content and want to see ADA even march higher, make sure you subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Now, this chart shows the risk level of ADA. Okay, and we've been in this accumulation zone for a long time. There's no doubt about it, right? There's simply no doubt about it. ADA was in an accumulation zone for a long time. You could say it was in an accumulation for 2.5 years, right? And so now it's starting to go parabolic, and we want to remain pragmatic about things, right? And this is the whole idea about accumulating when it makes sense to accumulate and not chasing pumps, right? This is the whole idea of this channel is you don't chase the pumps. You get in when it's time to get in, and then you watch it soar. It's about those risk-adjusted returns. So we're going to need to keep an eye on how quickly the risk level goes up because, we still definitely have room to move up. We still do. But if we move up too quickly, and Bitcoin ends up coming back down to earth, then it could cause us to retrace a little bit. Now, I don't think we're going to go back to 2 cents or anything like that. I still think we have quite a ways for the entirety of the market cycle, but there will be corrections along the way. This one shows the risk on the secondary y-axis, okay? And so it's the orange line. So you can see, I like to accumulate ADA when the risk is less than 0.4. So down in this area, you can see that in fact we have moved above the 0.4 risk area. And this, of course, is based on the close yesterday, which is 25 cents. We know since then it's continued to move up. Now, there's a game I like to play that you guys know. It's called What If? What if ADA had the market cap of? Unfortunately, the game isn't quite as fun anymore because we have fewer coins to compare to. For us to have the market cap of DOT or Bitcoin Cash, the price would actually have to go back down. So now the only prices we can look at in terms of if ADA had the market cap of, we would be looking at Litecoin and XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Now, Litecoin and XRP, if we were to get to the market cap of those coins, we would be looking to beat the market cap of both. If we were to get to a 40-cent ADA and those more or less stayed put, then we should be looking to flip those. Now, to get close to an Ether market cap, it would correspond to an ADA valuation of over $4. And to get to the current Bitcoin market cap, it would correspond to over $20. Now, I'm not ignorant in the sense of, ADA is simply not going to reach Bitcoin. I can't really say what's going to happen 20 years from now, but even then, almost assuredly not. But what I can say is that just because Bitcoin has a market cap of, say, over $500 billion today, doesn't mean that that will be its market cap in 2 or 3 years. Bitcoin's market cap in 2 or 3 years could be pushing $2 trillion or even higher, potentially. And so the idea that maybe ADA could get close to what its current market capitalization is still pretty far-fetched. But we've seen stuff like that happen in the past. We showed this in the last video. Because we have a lot of newcomers, we'll show it again. If you go back in time and look at the market capitalization of Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2015, the market cap of Bitcoin was 500 billion and the market cap of Ethereum was these are the market caps. This is today or as of a few days ago. I got the presentation from the last slide. Bitcoin, when it was at 26K, it had a market cap of 500 billion. When Ethereum was at $728, it had a market cap of 82 billion. And so we were talking about, well, in the last video, we knew that ADA was at 5 billion, and the idea is, well, can it get to an 80 billion market capitalization, which is what Ethereum is, right? Can it get to that level? And the idea was, if ADA does get to that level, it probably implies that the Ethereum market cap also went up significantly, right? It does not. We're not saying that Ethereum is going to be flipped by ADA this market cycle. I'm not saying that. I'm just simply saying that if it were to make it to this market capitalization, it would imply that Ethereum's market cap and Bitcoin's market cap they're much higher. Because if Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't doing much, it's hard to imagine ADA going up, say, like 10x or something in terms of its market capitalization. Because if you look at, say, in 2015, which is what I meant to show first, the market cap of Bitcoin was 3 billion. The market cap of Ethereum was 98 million. Okay? But then when you fast forward to the end of the market cycle back in 2018, the market cap of Bitcoin was at 231 billion. The market cap of Ethereum was at 132 billion. So the market cap of Ether beat the prior market cap of Bitcoin by 44x. But at the time when Ethereum's market cap went up 44x, we know that Bitcoin's had also gone up significantly, up to 231 billion from 3 billion. So we're not saying, of course, that ADA is going to flip Bitcoin or flip Ethereum. What I'm saying is that as the entire crypto market capitalization scales upwards over the next few years, with corrections along the way, of course, that there's a lot of room for ADA to grow. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to switch over to TradingView, okay? And the current price of Bitcoin is around 35K. Let's take a look at ADA. So right now, ADA's at around 30 cents, okay? It's doing quite well. If you look at this run that it has been on, it's an amazing run. It simply is an amazing run. Let's switch over to the daily time frame. So as measured from the bottom, ADA is up a modest 1,700%. If you saw the top, you were up around 2,000% from the bottom. So a fairly modest run for ADA to be up 1,700% in less than a year. However, we expected this, right? We didn't know that it was going to happen exactly on January 6th, but we certainly wouldn't be investing in ADA at 2 cents and 3 cents. At least I wouldn't have if I didn't think it was capable of something like this, because the opportunity cost, of course, of putting money into any cryptocurrency is really high. If you want to put money into something that's not Bitcoin and that's not Ethereum, in my opinion, it needs to have better returns, right? It needs to prove that it's going to outperform the rest of the market, like Ethereum and Bitcoin, because if it can't, you don't want to pay for these extra, the extra volatility and not see a higher return. So ADA is a champion, 1,700% in 301 days. For those who like to say that, and I'm big on Bitcoin, right? I own more Bitcoin than ADA and own more Bitcoin than Ethereum. But for those who like to say that Bitcoin is where all the returns are, it's just simply not true. If you take measured moves, right, you guys can pull up the data yourself. From the bottom, Bitcoin is up 817%. I'll remind you, ADA is up 1,709%. ADA has gone up about twice as much as Bitcoin as measured from the bottom. Now you might say, well, why don't you just hold all your ADA and not any Bitcoin? Again, it's about risk-adjusted returns. Because while the upside can be quite significant, we also do know that the downside could be significant too, in the event of a correction by Bitcoin. Okay, so ADA is a champion. ADA Ether, it has trended down for a long time. One of the things we note is that the peaks tend to be the same. Now, one of the things I will point out is that if we do come back to this level here, or maybe next week, I don't know when, but if we do come back to that level, does that mean it has to be the identical top of ADA Ether? No, it doesn't. Okay, if we're looking at this from just like a data perspective, ADA Ether rallied to all the way up here, 0.0017 back at the end of 2017, early 2018. And from, say, these peaks, like if we were just to go from these peaks, that means from that peak, it went up another 200%. So ADA is not necessarily range bound against Ethereum at this point, it just means that in April of 2018, in April of 2019, and in July of 2020, that was where the ADA Ether valuation peaked. Okay. However, you could argue that the current market conditions are more similar to the end of 2017, early 2018 than they are to any of these other times. So while everyone should be getting very skeptical if it were to rally back up to this point in the short term, everyone should, be on high alert. It doesn't mean that has to be the top. One of the things we talked about recently was that this, and if you guys followed me back in 2019, let me know in the comments. We were talking about ADA, the accumulation phase of a lifetime of ADA against Bitcoin, and then we saw it go on this amazing rally all the way up here, and then we retraced as Bitcoin dominance went up and as Bitcoin went on its own run. We made a video about a week ago or so talking about a reaccumulation phase for ADA against Bitcoin. We've already extended out of that level. Okay, we've already moved out of that level, but it was nice while it lasted, right? It was nice while it lasted. We do the best we can to accumulate when we can, and then when it goes parabolic, we have to enjoy the ride. That's my philosophy. Again, it's not financial advice, just where I stand on the market. One thing to note is that ADA has now flipped DOT. Now, I'm rooting for DOT as well, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of friendly competition. Now, I do own a little bit of Litecoin, but as far as I'm concerned, ADA can flip Litecoin. Let's go ahead and get that done and check that box. So what I would like to see, again, is I would like to see ADA flip both Litecoin and XRP and reclaim where it should be in the top 5. It's already in the top 5, but I think that Cardano belongs ahead of Litecoin and XRP. Now, does that mean that it'll make it ahead of those? No. It's just where I think it should be. I think that it should be up here ahead of Litecoin and XRP, and it wouldn't take that much to get it there. The current market cap of ADA is 9.4 billion. Litecoin is but a stone throw away. XRP is like but another sneeze away from ADA overtaking it. So we'll see if we can do it. We'll see if ADA can move into the top 3. We're not counting stable coins. So far it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, and Cardano. I'm looking for Link, DOT, and ADA to move up. Also, keep your eyes on Stellar. I do, that is one to keep your eyes on. It has been having a really good momentum recently. So where is Bitcoin? Well, we know that this Bitcoin rally will not last forever. Okay, we know that, and anyone who's been in crypto for long enough knows that it won't last forever. The issue is we don't really know where the top is, right? We have no idea where the top is, and as long as Bitcoin is staying bullish like this, and it gives the rest of the market the flexibility to move up as well. So in order to try to gauge where we think ADA might be going, obviously keep an eye on Bitcoin. If you guys like the content, remember we have the premium list. You can find a link to that in the description below, into thecryptoverse.com. I would encourage everyone to sign up. These are pretty crazy times. If you want to have a strategy for trying to take advantage of these types of moves, make sure you check out the premium list into thecryptoverse.com. We also have the risk dashboard, the weekly premium videos, the weekly premium reports, the Telegram alerts channel, the Telegram chat room, a whole lot more. Make sure you guys check it out. At the very least, subscribe. Let's go for 90,000 subscribers. Okay, let's go for 90,000 subscribers. Give the video a thumbs up if you guys want to see ADA move into the top 3, and I'll see you next time. Bye.